An older woman getting a ticket for being homeless this morning. This is not what solving homelessness looks like. Man, nothing's gonna beat homelessness quite like taking more of their money. You know, that'll teach them for being homeless, won't it? Let's just fine them for being homeless. Special thank you to my YouTube members and patrons for supporting the channel and supporting my content. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. Today we are going to be taking a look at r/NoahGetTheBoat, a subreddit I haven't visited in quite a while now. I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't enjoy finding the posts for this video. There's a lot of harrowing and brutal content on r/NoahGetTheBoat, and most of it I can't put in this video, so I had to go through watching all of that for nothing. Yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff I can't show in this video, so just know that in this video, most of what you're going to see, not even close to the worst stuff on there. That's really gonna help with faith in humanity, huh? Oh boy. I don't know if this video is gonna get demonetized anyway, because it's Noah Get the Boat and YouTube hates content like this. So if this video is demonetized, then please consider joining my Patreon or becoming a YouTube member to support the channel so that I can make videos like this without having to worry about it not making me any money. Anyway, let's take a look at the subreddit, shall we? My daughter has appendicitis. I will not take her to get her appendix removed because I don't go to the hospital. What should I do? Not be a mother is the first thing, or father. I don't know that they're a mother. Put your child up for adoption. Find them someone who will actually look after and care for them. Find them someone who is competent at being a parent and prioritizes the health of their child over their dislike for hospitals. A sophomore at my high school, I was a senior, got into a fight at a party, and the person he was fighting picked him up and slammed him headfirst on concrete. Instead of bringing the kid to hospital, they put him in the bathtub of the house the party was at. While he was unconscious and dying because of a swollen and hemorrhaging brain, people from my high school took videos of themselves pissing on him, slapping him, and dumping beers on his head. A few hours later, he was taken to the hospital and pronounced dead on arrival. Wow. I don't even know what to say. I don't know if this is a true story. I'm kind of inclined to believe that it is because this is a weird thing to lie about on Reddit. I mean, it's one thing that they might not have taken him to hospital out of fear of getting in trouble, right, for the fight. There's a lot of stuff like that. Fear of getting in trouble. They don't want to get arrested for harming someone, blah, blah, blah. But to then do everything else that was done to them while they're unconscious, lacking any awareness, right? Whether they knew that person was dying or not is irrelevant. That person's unconscious and the priority should be their safety. And this was done. I can't comprehend quite how it can get to that state, regardless of whether alcohol's involved. Let's just move on. Father allegedly beats his 2-month-old son with hanger in IMO for disturbing his sleep, breaks the baby's arm, leading to amputation. What's the allegedly part here? How is this an allegedly he did this when the baby is in a hospital in these photos after having their arm amputated? Did the baby do it to themselves? I don't think so. Allegedly, sure, yeah, allegedly. Okay, this next one, I'm not going to be able to play this whole clip. 1, because it's copyright, and 2, because it's nearly 2 minutes of copyright content. But basically, Disney, on their TV channel, had an episode aired that was just ableism, aimed at autism. I don't even know how to describe it. I'm just going to show you some scenes, okay? I'll show you like a few short clips, and I'll try and not get copyright claimed for this. If this gets copyright claimed, you're never gonna see this part of the video, but maybe I'll talk about it afterwards, and if it's copyright claimed, I'll add a little note saying that it was copyright claimed, making it harder for me to talk about it. So anyway, there are clips such as this.
They want to see if I have autism. You don't. Let's go tell them you don't.
And this.
All right, this website lists symptoms of Asperger's. The first one they mention is social awkwardness.
Check.
You don't do anything awkward.
Well, that's just something you do, and you're gonna stop doing that. He's gonna stop doing that.
The fact that they make it a point of these characters to be like, no, he can't be autistic. We don't want him to be autistic. He can change. We're not gonna let him be autistic. The approach here isn't like he wants to find out if he's autistic and he wants to be accepted for that. It's like a running joke that they don't want him to be autistic. How messed up is this? They could have made this a really wholesome thing, although it would have fully been performative acting activism. They could have made, at least attempted to make it wholesome, like, oh, his friends still care about him and it doesn't matter that he's autistic. But no, they made it a point that his friend was like, nah, not autistic, I won't let you. What? Bro, Disney, come on. Really? What kind of precedent does this set for kids watching these channels, right? Children are going to be watching this show, and that's the takeaway they're getting from this. They're not taking away from this that autistic people are normal people and should be treated as normal people. They're taking away that autism's a problem that should be solved, and that's not okay, Disney. That is not okay. Just scrolled through River Aurora's Instagram, and all I can say is her parents are going to the deepest pits of hell. 11 years old, by the way. Jeez. For those asking, this is River Aurora. She was in URI Surgical Strike. She recently got casted opposite Karen Kundra, 38, and other grown men. Her mum is the main culprit behind it. She has been giving this poor girl steroids and injections and went as far as to get her breasts done. I have no words. The mother of this child is the worst. She always popped up on my Insta and I legit thought she was 18. She always dresses quite older than her age and dances with men older than her. I went to see how old she was and it turns out she is just 12. On her birthday, she hid her age with a emoji. Her mother and her are hiding her age, which is so sus. And then this random nurse popped up on her mother's Instagram account one day saying something like, "It's so glad seeing my patient's success." So I did some snooping. I went on that nurse's Insta and scrolled down to see a post on injections and steroids with the girl River and her mum. She got her daughter to get breast augmentation. There was pictures of the kids' thighs and what they did. It was so weird and wrong. It's all gone after mum started calling them out, but didn't blow up because she's not that famous. I believe this girl is in a TV show now, cast in a romance with a 38-year-old man. I think that's what they mentioned there, opposite Karen Kundra. Ah, man, that's messed up. There's so many levels of messed up here. First of all, that a 12-year-old's being cast in a romance with a 38-year-old. That's just not okay in any way, no matter how you spin that. Second of all, that from 11 years old, possibly even younger than 11 years old, her mum was getting her cosmetic surgery, steroids and injections to age her and make her look older. A child, right? Being made to look like an adult. I have a question here. What is wrong with just casting adults and just using adults? Why do we need children to look like adults when adults exist? If you want a child to be an actress, she can be a child actress cast in child roles. If you want her to be an adult actress, she can wait till she's an adult like every other adult does. Bear in mind, as I said earlier, these posts, not even some of the worst stuff I saw on this subreddit. I had to take a break after getting these posts because I couldn't record immediately because some of the harrowing things I saw. It was mentally exhausting. Don't go to that subreddit if you value your mental health. Please don't. So this next one is, I've saved 4 posts from different accounts that are all talking about the same subject to do with Iran and hijabs because it's a broad subject that needs talking about. So first of all, someone posted, "Women are getting killed in Iran for not wearing hijabs, but see how the top Revolutionary Guards General and current Transport Minister Rostam Qasemi enjoys freedom with his unveiled girlfriend in Malaysia. The hypocrite regime is killing teenagers for walking unveiled." And this really says everything you need to know about the whole thing, right? That it isn't about hijabs. It's not about morality. It's not about any of that. It's about people in power oppressing people without. And that's how it will always be. That's how these things always start. They claim it's for something or about something because that makes them seem like they're doing the right thing. It doesn't even seem like they're doing the right thing to anyone outside their country, but they can hide behind that excuse so that they can oppress people. The second post was Islamophobes' logic. Muslim rulers protecting women by mandating hijab so they can't be sexualized by men equals oppression. Liberal women selling their farts in jars on OnlyFans equals liberation. It's not Islamophobic to say that forcing women to wear hijabs is oppression. That's not Islamophobia. That's just saying that a woman should have the right. And also, this person's making out like these are the only 2 options, right? That there's no women in between these 2 options. The minute a woman's hijab is gone, she's selling farts on OnlyFans. And it's like, no, women have the right to do and dress how they want. But the point I want to make is that even if they do then choose to do whatever, to sell their farts farts on OnlyFans. Is it not their right as a human being to do so? Okay? If there are buyers and they have a product and they are willing to do it with no influences other than the fact that they wish to do it, is it not their right to do so? It is their body, it is their life, it is their wish and right to do with however they want. It is not the right of someone else to tell them that they can't do that. That's not Islamophobic. And then the next post, someone said, almost all forms of hijab is forced. If it's not by the rulers like in Iran and KSA, it's by family, community, and the notion of honor, etc. It's an oppressive notion and punish women and criminalize men. Oppose it. Yes, hijab is mandatory and I will enforce it on my wives and daughters as Allah commanded, but that does not mean it's oppressive. Nuns are forced to wear a habit. Why don't you call the nun's habit oppressive too? So, unpacking this, you are saying that because you are religious, you have to force something upon your wives and daughters that they don't want to do because of your religion. Second of all, nuns are forced to wear a habit. Why don't you call the nun's habit oppressive too? So, Catholic women not obligated to become nuns. That is the primary thing to state there. Most nuns, if not all nuns in the modern era, do so willingly. They become nuns because they choose that is the life for them. But also, in most countries now, nuns aren't required to wear habits anymore. So it's not even a good point, is it? Because they don't have to. It's not oppressive. They don't even have to do it. And the final post I have on the subject, you can't be a feminist and Muslim. Quran verse 434 literally orders man to beat disobedient women. Not to mention that Muhammad said all women are deficient in the mind by default. I used to have doubts about this verse too, but back when I used to date, the girl specifically asked me to beat her in bed because she likes it. If Allah said we should beat women, that's only because women themselves like to be slightly beaten. Allah knows the best. No. This goes for any religion that talks about anything similar to this. If Christianity was saying this, I would be equally speaking out on Christianity. And in fact, I do speak out on the hypocrisy in Christianity. It's the same in any religion. If any religion was doing this, you are so indoctrinated by your religion that you believe that women are fundamentally inferior to men and that all women are deficient in the mind by default and that women should be beaten. And then someone goes on to say that they actually believe that all women at least a little bit enjoy it because they dated one person who enjoyed it, okay? It's not these women that are deficient in the head, sir. It's you. And in this next post, so there's a little bit of context I'm gonna have to bring into this here, but Twitch star Amaranth says she is being abused by her husband, followed by Ellie Ray saying, if I stop streaming for The Sims, he teaches me a lesson, dressed up as Amaranth. So Amaranth is a cosplayer, a streamer, and I believe she makes adult content. I think she has an OnlyFans. She definitely streams and makes YouTube content anyway. And she basically said that her husband was forcing her to make this content and that he was abusive and that she had no choice and that the content was getting more and more adult and extreme to bring in more and more money against her wishes. And then someone, and this wasn't the only person that did it, but this is just the post that came up in the subreddit, cosplayed as Amaranth and said, if I stop streaming for The Sims, he teaches me a lesson. They're just mocking abuse and using that for clout. Is that not the most disgusting thing? They're going on Twitter, I don't know if they actually streamed or made content of this, dressed up as Amaranth and mocking that abuse. Why? For clout? Yeah, that's the clout you need, isn't it? That clout's gonna do you real good. You're gonna make it so much money by mocking this. That clout coming in is gonna do your career as a streamer or a cosplayer or a content creator so well, it definitely isn't going to bite you in the ass. Good luck getting any sponsors in the future, by the way. Don, we found the hidden camera in the bathroom. We quit. I think this one's pretty self-explanatory. I think I just had a stroke. Hidden camera in the bathroom. All of the women in the office decided to leave. Simple as. It's messed up. It's just messed up. This is really old. I've just discovered this is a really old post because this was in 2013. Wow. This might have been in a previous video because I think I've actually seen this post before, but I never noticed the date on it was 2013. Wow. I don't know what happened to Don. I don't know what happened to this whole situation. I don't know what came of it. Hopefully this man lost his business or lost his job or whatever, because that's not okay. That deserves prison time for hiding a hidden camera in the women's toilets. It's not okay. And the final post, we got a video to finish off on here. I'm just gonna let the video play and I will talk about it afterwards.
You claim you spent 5 years in prison prison for failing to pay child support for the defendant, Ms. Sears' son, Dylan.
That's right.
Mr. Manser, you are not
Oh, God.
his father.
Oh, man. 5 years in prison.
Do you know?
Yes, ma'am.
You know who his father is.
Yes, I talk to him still.
I'm gonna have to cut that down a little bit because it's got copyright music in it. I'm gonna have to chop it up and try and remove the music as much as possible. But so basically this guy didn't pay child support for this boy and went to prison and was in prison for 5 years. The wife knowingly let him go to prison for not paying child support, let him be in prison for 5 years, knowing who the child's actual father was, being still in contact with him, and allowed this man to go in prison for not sending her money. Oh man, I don't know what to say. I'm done. That's how I'm going to end it, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed. Once again, if you want to support me in making more content like this, or any of the other content on my channel for that matter, I have a Patreon in the description down below, or equally you can click the join button on the channel to support me. It helps a lot more than you might realize, especially because videos like this often don't get monetized, so I'm not going to make any money from it. But by no means should you feel like you have to. I'm going to keep making content regardless of that, because that's not why I make videos. It helps to make the videos, but it's not why I do it. I do have a job on the side. One day I would like to leave my job to do YouTube full time, so support helps. Special thank you to all of my YouTube members and patrons. All of your names are on the screen. All of you are amazing. Thank you guys so much. The list is always growing. It's always wonderful to see. So thank you to all of the people that want to support me. It honestly means so much to me. I need to take a rest. This is a mentally exhausting video. Just finding the posts, making the video, all of it mentally exhausting. Don't go to r/NoahGetTheBoat. It's not a good time at the moment. It's really not. And that's when I'm going to end the video. So as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.